What's up everyone, today we're going to take a look at the Marvel Legends She-Hulk 6-inch action figure from the Disney Plus TV series. So first up, here's a look at the box. On top we have that She-Hulk logo, down to the bottom, some product information, and down to the side, artwork of She-Hulk smiling. On the back of the card is the same artwork of She-Hulk smiling, description of the character on the right, more figures in the wave over here, and product information at the bottom. And on the left side is that same reflected artwork. So let's go ahead and get this open. Out of the packaging, She-Hulk's on the plastic tray. She comes with 2 interchangeable fists and the Ultron Build-A-Figure leg. She-Hulk comes with 2 fists cast in a light green plastic, and that's She-Hulk's skin color. These fists are articulated inwards as well as outwards. And of course the fists pop onto the figure just fine. She-Hulk definitely needs to use her fists, especially when she's fighting her enemies. That said, I think She-Hulk feels a little light on accessories and could have definitely benefited from another interchangeable head. As for the sculpt on She-Hulk, she's a completely brand new sculpt. I like her overall proportions, looking both muscular and curvy at the same time. She also has those re-engineered pinless joints for her elbows as well as her knees. Most of the figure uses a light green flesh tone plastic. On the parts of the figure with the outfit on is actually cast in a dark blue plastic with all the respective white and purple paint applications. So the overall color scheme really makes this figure pop. Zooming into her head sculpt, and it is quite beautifully executed. There's sharp paint applications from the digital dot matrix printing, and you can see that with the sharp applications of paint for her eyebrows, her eyes, as well as her lipstick. She's got quite a stern and serious expression on her face, which is why I think an alternate head sculpt with her either screaming or smiling would have been a great option. Her hair is a separate black plastic that's attached to the head, and this black plastic has a nice green overwash, so you can see all the textures of the locks of hair rolling down her head as well as falling down the upper part of her back. So I quite like how the hair is sculpted and with the wash to really bring those details out. The main part of her torso is cast in the dark blue plastic, white and purple paint applications for the design elements on her outfit. Her neck area is actually a separate piece of green plastic that's inserted onto this dark blue plastic for her torso. And also, her outfit has a texture on it, looking like some high-tech stretchable fabric. We move on to her arms. Likewise, her shoulders cast in the dark blue plastic and the same paint applications of white and purple to bring those design elements out. There's also a hit of green paint over here to match up the rest of her flesh tone. And while there's a slight tonal difference, it's still a good effort because it looks quite well put together. There's also some muscle contours that you can see going down her triceps as well as her forearm. And by default, she comes with those relaxed splayed hands. On the back of her outfit, we still see the same sharp applications of paint for the whites and the purples, so that's good work from Hasbro. We move on to her lower body, again at her hips, that's dark blue plastic with purple and white paint. And then from the thigh swivel downwards, that's all the green flesh tone plastic. Once again, also nice muscle contouring for her thigh muscles. And finally, she's got a pair of white sneakers with black paint applied for the different panels and design elements on it. On the inside of the shoe, you can also see that there's a zip element over there. So the white sneakers do look quite nice and adds some contrast to the overall figure. For articulation, her head is on a double ball dumbbell joint, so you get to spin her head right as well as left. It's a little hard to spin it all the way around because of the hindrance of her hair sculpt. Likewise, there's not much range in the sideways tilting going on because of the hindrance of the hair. She can look down that much, and then not much upwards. Once again, also prevented by the hair sculpt. So while the hair sculpt is really nice, it really kills a lot of the articulation in the neck. She's got a swivel hinge at the shoulders that go 360, and it does come out almost about 90 degrees. Swivel at the bicep for 360 spin, and that feels a little bit detented. Double hinged pinless elbows for very good range, and she can touch her shoulder as well as her head. Swivel hinge at the wrist for 360 spin, articulating in and out. She's got a ball joint at her mid-torso, so you can spin her 360. getting quite a good bit of sideways tilting as well. She gets some forward bend as well as backward bend. Ball joints at the hips so that she goes out that far, moving forward and backward as well. Swivel at the thigh for 360 spin. Double jointed pinless knees for quite a good range. She's got a hinge at her ankle so she gets quite good range upwards and downwards. And finally, ankle pivot outwards and inwards. I must say She-Hulk is surprisingly well made in terms of the quality of the plastic and the weight distribution. And as you can see over here, I actually have no problems posing her on a handstand. I will say, however, that the sculpt of her hair really restricts the range of articulation in her neck. So it's hard to get her looking natural and get some more range looking upwards, especially when she's in a wider action stance. Size-wise, She-Hulk stands at about 7 inches, and that's just under 18 centimeters. For size comparisons, here she is with the comic She-Hulk and the 80 Years Hulk figure. Naturally, she also towers over the other figures in this wave. She's also taller than Cap, Iron Man, and Spider-Man. And here she is with the Fantastic Four. For comparisons with other lines, here she is with some G.I. Joe Classified series and some Star Wars Black series. She-Hulk is a surprisingly strong entry in this wave. Despite her severely restricting hair sculpt and a lack of an alternate head, this figure handles very well and is fun to pose. Personally, I have no interest in the character. Maybe that's cause I haven't watched the series, but I think you would be pleased if you bought this one. Please like and share this video, let me know what you think in the comments below, subscribe to my channel, or even hit that super thanks button. Thanks for watching, take care and stay safe.